right. Well, hello, seventh grade. My name is Mr. Casher. If you weren't there the first day of school, I haven't met you. If you were there the first day of school, perhaps you forget who I am. It's been a while. I did one day with seventh grade, and then that's all I could take. Decided to take 10 days off. So hopefully I'm there at some point this week, and we can get to work because we have a lot of work to do. But I did want to give you some instruction and everything like that today. So right now, you can put everything off your desk. You don't need anything out. Video probably run 10, 15 minutes. I need you to listen and pay attention. Then I have a couple activities for you to do when we're done. First, I want to say we need to set up our 5-subject notebooks. I'll need to be there to do that. If you have not brought in your 5-subject notebook yet, please make sure you do. If you have it now, just put your name on it, and you can put it over in the cubbies under our period. So if we're in second, third, fourth, sixth period is in the back bookshelf in the back of the classroom. You can just drop it off there. When you leave class, just make sure your name's on it in Sharpie somewhere on the front or inside page or something like that. Please make sure you have that. We'll probably set it up. I'm hoping I'm back by Thursday or Friday. We'll probably set it up on Thursday or Friday when I get back, okay? So the next couple days, I just want to go over some of the first week stuff that we would usually go over, and I want to show you some things like my Google Classroom and my website, and a little bit later in the week, we'll start actually doing some stuff on some content that we were supposed to be doing this week. So let's go ahead and get started. Like I said, if you can put everything away and make sure you're listening. Turn the volume up so you can hear me. All right. Let's see. Okay. All right. We'll go ahead and get started. Is that what I want? Yeah. Okay. All right. So we'll go ahead and get started. So the first thing that I want to show you is my Google Classroom. When the video is done, the substitute is going to pass out computers. Please make sure you're super careful with the computers. Make sure you return them. Make sure that you are being very careful with them. But one thing that I'll need you to do is I will need you to join my Google Classroom. As of me making this video, I only had like half of you join. So I will need you to do that. If you're not sure how to do it, you can ask your homeroom teacher for help, or I'm going to explain it to you now, and the sub will help you do that now as well. So the way that you join my Google Classroom is when you log in the computer, you'll need to use your Imagine School at Town Center login. It's your first dot last name at imagineschooltowncenter.org, and then your password. If you don't know your password, get it from Miss Benjamin for your Imagine login, and write that down somewhere. Write your username and password down. So once you get logged in the computer, you're going to go to your Google Classroom, or you're going to go to Google, and you're going to click these bars up here. And let me move my face. And you click Classroom. And then when you go here, there's a little plus sign here. So let me go back. You should have already done this with your other classes, but let me go back and highlight it for you. All right. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to. There. All right. So when you go to Google, you click these 9 little dots up here, highlight it there. And then, so once you click that, you're going to, again, you're going to click that. You're going to click on Classroom. And then you're going to click this plus sign. And you're going to hit Join Class. And you're going to put in my code. So my code is KYGAMXY. And you'll put that in, and you'll have joined my class. I'll have the sub write that on the board or repeat that for you when the video's over and you're actually doing it. But you'll just go to Google, you'll click on these 9 dots, you'll click Classroom, you'll click the little plus sign, and you'll put in my code, and you should join Mr. Casher's civics class. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at my Google Classroom here. The front page, there's not a lot of information. There is the link to my website, which we're going to look at now. And then there's my syllabus, which we're going to look at as well, because we didn't get a chance to do that, which we would have done that on the next day or two of school. Okay. So, and then if you go to classwork, this is where all your work will be. So this is, if you're ever absent, you can go on there and look for some of that missing work. And here's the video that I'm recording right now. And here's the task that you're going to do when the substitute passes out the computers, which is a Google form just on how you learn best. If you could be pretty detailed, take your time. That should take 15, 20 minutes to fill out. And that's what you're going to do today once you get your computer and you join my Google Classroom. All right. All right. And then this is also where I put our test each week, EOC review, other things like that. All right, I'm going to go back to the stream. And I'm going to click on this link. This is the way that you get to my website. My website is the best resource for civics that is out there because I made it. And I think it's a really good resource to help you. So you're going to want to, on your home computer, save it and make sure you know how to get to my website, right? So here's my website. Make myself a little smaller here. There's tabs up at the top here. Here's my email and the phone number if you or your parents ever need to get a hold of me. Here is a intro to civics. Here's my syllabus. Here's a video that explains civics. Parents can watch that. All right. Here's a little bit about myself. All right. I want to show you this. Here's information about Washington, D.C. I'll put more information. Here's helpful websites, a weekly update, what we're doing each week, things like that. Okay. So first topic we're actually going to start doing this week is citizenship. So I want to click on this and show you all the resources that I have on my website. So first thing you'll see, here's the topic intro page. We have one of these every time we do a new topic. Here's a review guide from your book that's really helpful. Here's the first topic, citizenship and naturalization. If you click this link, you're going to go to online flashcards. Great study tool right there to help you learn the material. And then if you go down here, I have a PowerPoint. I have a video. I have Cornell notes. And then I have me explaining the PowerPoint. Everything you need to know about this topic, which we're going to do this week, is right there. You have notes, a video, PowerPoint notes, me explaining the notes, right? We go down to the next topic we're going to do, obligations, responsibilities. Same thing, video, PowerPoint, Cornell notes, me explaining the notes, flashcards, everything you could need to know a topic and to study for a topic is right here. So if you're going to be out, you are quarantined for 10 days, you have to go out of town for a week, right? If I tell you what topic we're doing, you should be able to go onto my website and stay right up with it. So if I say, hey, we're doing topic 4 on rights and we're doing the Bill of Rights, you can just come to my website, go to topic 4 on rights, go down to Bill of Rights, and you have flashcards. I mean, look at this topic. You have flashcards, PowerPoint, 2 videos, more notes, and flashcard, like all of this just for that topic that you're going to be missing, right? So this is a great way to stay up to date. It's also a great way to study. So if we're going to have a test, you can go back and watch the video. You can go back and review the notes, things like that. So my website is a great resource. Again, you get to it through my Google Classroom. On the front of your stream, there is a link to it. Link to it right there. Okay. All right. Good. Next, I want to look at my syllabus and go over that with you. The syllabus is right here. Hopefully you have returned your, I did pass this out, homeroom, all your teachers did, Ms. Casher, all your teachers did. This was the last page on that packet for homeroom. So hopefully your parents signed, return front and back of this. Let's go ahead and go over this now. This is something we were going to do the next day. Obviously we didn't because I wasn't there. A lot of you want to know what civics is. We didn't really talk about that the first day. Civics really studies 4 main areas. Basically, you could say it's kind of like the history of our government and the ideas and rights of our government type deal. But so here are the 4 main areas. the organization of government, like the three branches of government. What does each branch do? How does a bill become a law? Things like that. The origins of the American political system, like the American Revolution, the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, roles, rights, and responsibilities of citizens. What are your constitutional rights? What are your roles? What is a citizen? That's the first topic we're going to do. And then methods of participation in our political system. That's kind of like politics, elections, things like that. So that is what this topic really covers. A lot of you have been asking me what civics is, and I didn't really answer you because we're going to go over the next day, but that is what civics is, okay? All right. Materials and resources. My website, which I just went over, the best resource for you. Make sure you know your Jupyter login. That is how we will communicate with you. That is how you can check your grades. That's how we'll communicate with your parents. So make sure both you and your parents know your Jupyter login. Write that down so that you can access that and see your missing assignments and things like that. All right, what are your responsibilities? Follow this code of conduct, the classroom expectations along with the technology expectations. Turn in your homework. We do have homework in civics. We were supposed to go over it Friday. Obviously, I wasn't there. Homework is given on Friday. It is due the following Friday. And I will explain more what that is, but you will have homework every week. Please, please, please make sure you have a 5-subject notebook, a binder. You need scissors and glue and highlighters and something to write with every single day. If you don't have those, go get those, please. The binder and 5-subject notebook can stay in the class unless you are taking them home to study for a test. And then you can take your 5-subject notebook, but make sure you have one of those by Thursday, Friday when I return. We do have a textbook. It's actually a great textbook, follows right along with the standards. It's brand new. We've only used it last year. We only have a class set, so you won't get your own, but we do use them in class. If you are seen damaging the textbook, when you sign off on this at the bottom, your parents sign off, you're agreeing to pay $20 for the cost of a new book. So don't rip the pages, don't color in it, don't draw in it, don't throw it, anything like that. We want to keep them nice for the next 5 or 10 years. They're a nice source. Okay. I want to explain this for all of you guys out there. Civics, end of course exam. I went over a little bit. Civics is a high school requirement. Students must pass civics in order to be promoted to high school. If you want to pass civics, you have to pass your end of course exam at the end of the year, the EOC. It's 30% of your grade for the entire year. It's a one test, and it counts for almost 1/3 of your grade for the entire year. It is a 50-question multiple choice test over everything we learn from August to May. It is crucial in this class that students work hard, stay organized, and prepare for their exam. We're going to talk a little bit about you reap what you sow this year. You get out what you put into something. The more work you put in, the better result you get. You cannot slack off for the whole year and expect to pass the EOC. We have to work hard in here. And so it's really important that you come to school. If you are absent, that you stay caught up, that you keep your 5-subject notebook organized, that you pay attention, that you do your homework, that you study for tests, and that you work really hard this year. Because of the EOC, I do have high standards and expectations for class. Google Class homework, like I said, we do have it every week. You can read about that. We'll go over a little more on Friday when you have your first homework. Here's my Google Classroom code. You do need to be on Google Classroom. We will use it in class. And again, if you're absent, you'll really need that. All right, grade, 40% of your grades tests, 35% classwork, 25% quizzes. Yeah, it boils down because so much of civics is the EOC test. A large part of your grade in civics will be your weekly test, which I make as hard as possible to make them similar to the EOC. So you really do need to study and prepare for those. And then you and your parents will sign. I do want to point out that there's a permission slip for movies we're going to watch. I think last year we watched at least 3 of these. So we will watch 3 or 4 of these. I just need your parents to check yes, sign. If you haven't done that, make sure you do that. Okay, so that explains a little bit more, my website, the textbook, what civics is, the EOC, some important things about class. Okay, we'll go back to my class. Okay, so In just a moment, the substitute is going to pass out a computer to you. Make sure you know how to log in. If you don't know your username and password, I believe the sub will have a copy of that. Write that down on somewhere. Write that down on a piece of paper you carry with you. Write it down in your planner. Write it down somewhere where you have access to it. You're going to log into the computer. You're going to join my Google Class. Remember, you'll go to Google. You'll click this. You'll click Classroom. Click the plus sign. You'll put in my code, which is KYGAMXY. You'll join my Google Class. We will have different activities for you to do on Tuesday and Wednesday, so please make sure you do that. And then once you join, you're going to do the student learning form. I don't have access to it from here, but you will. Please take your time on that, answer all the questions completely, and do your best on that, please. And then if you finish early, the substitute has some magazines. Just pass those out and read those. Please make sure you've joined Google Classroom. You've brought in your 5-subject notebook. When I get back on Thursday, I'm hoping we're going to do seating charts. We're going to finish anything from the last 6-7 days we're missing. We're going to sign up for some websites. And then on Friday, we're organizing our notebook and we're starting our first topic. It's not your fault. It's not really anyone's fault, but we're now a full week behind. We really don't have any time to waste, so we're really going to have to work hard to catch up when I get back. So make sure you're doing everything I asked you to do the next couple days. All right, guys. Well, I look forward. I don't even know all your names yet. I look forward to getting to know all of you, learning all your names, and starting civics soon. All right, guys. All right, go ahead and finish this learning form, and that's it. Okay. Bye.